Thanks for checking out this clip of Anatomy of the Church and State. Be sure to catch the full episode on Rumble or ChristiansForLiberty.com. Links are in the show description. What about you had mentioned earlier, schools and all the pornographic materials and all the woke garbage that are happening in our schools. What are you doing with your kids to kind of combat that?
Oh, this is great. This is a controversial opinion. I send my kids to public school. I refuse to homeschool them. And the reason I do this is because those kids at those schools, they're not getting what my kids are getting at my house. And I'm sending them as witnesses. I'm sending them as witnesses into these places because they're supposed to go out. They're supposed to spread the word. They are supposed to help people along the way. And if teachers are refusing to help children understand the light, understand what truth is, my kids will be there to cover those gaps and fill those gaps. And if you think that just homeschooling them is going to save them from the world, they still have to go to work. They still have to live in the world when they leave your home. And you're going to send them as infants out into the world, never having to have a conversation with a different group of people, never having to actually voice their opinion in an articulate way in a conversation with people who are in positions of authority. I say send them now. Let them understand what the world has waiting for them.
Interesting. Yeah, that is I don't know if it's necessarily controversial, but it's definitely different opinion from what I've heard, because everybody's like, pull your kids out of schools. You're like, no, let's prepare them to go into the schools. How do you kind of prepare them for the inevitable, what's the depravity that they're going to run into there?
I have a very deep relationship with my children. I'm a stay-at-home dad, and we talk every day about what they're learning in school. I'm involved with all of their teachers. I know what they're learning. I look at their homework. I see their curriculum. You have to be involved. And if you're saying you don't have time to be involved, but your solution is you want to homeschool, then it's kind of making a paradox here, right?
Right.
If you don't want to homeschool them, you don't have time for it, right? Look at their homework at least. Get involved with their teachers. It takes me an hour to go through everything they learned for the day. And if I see something I don't like, I get in communication with the teacher and we have a conversation about it. If they come home and they've heard some absolute nonsense, I explain to them that is nonsense, and I want you to ask your teacher these questions because I think they're lying to you. And they go back to school and they have those hard conversations. And guess what? The teacher always comes back with one or two responses. Look, I'm just teaching what I'm being told to teach, or I don't think that's right. But again, my kids are learning to have those conversations, and it's important for them to learn that.
I love it. That's very important. Well,